All right, one more. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to our last figure and talk about work instructions. These are huge. Within Creo Illustrate, we can create animated work instructions. So these work instructions can be displayed in a number of different ways. They can be published and delivered through PVZ files. They can be published and displayed through HTML with WebGL, and they can also be used for any augmented reality experiences. So in this case here, I have two simple steps to show the disassembly process of this parking brake. If I want to continue the animation, I can simply select on parts, like the drop down for effects, and apply different effects to those parts. Here you can see that I have applied a fade out effect, and those parts will disappear from the view. So in my timeline, I'm capturing keyframes as well. These keyframes are important, and they are all very easily able to be modified and edited just by simply interacting on the tracks themselves in the timeline. So as I drag and pull and move those parts around in that visualization pane, you can see we're recording a keyframe track for every single movement and every effect we make. So if we change the color of that part with an effect, we'll select both of these and drag those outward. And you can notice the creation of those tracks in the timeline down below. So go ahead, hit the play button. You'll see our parts fade out and the other parts change to blue. Perfect. So once I create that animation, the best practice is to create the camera effects afterwards. So in this case here, as I drag my cursor back to the very beginning of the timeline, I am now able to minimize that bottom pane and start capturing the camera in locations that I want throughout the full animation. As I play the animation, I might want to hold the camera steady for a certain duration of time, and as the other parts on the other side of the parking brake start to translate and move and change colors, I might want to rotate the whole model around. So we'll go ahead, position it, and capture the camera again. Gotta unlock. All right, so notice in my timeline, I've created a camera track too. So I can modify that camera track to my liking as I simply drag, interact with it. On the keyframes, it'll allow me to very easily manipulate the animation. All right, we also have the ability to update animations fairly easily. So if I wanted to make any kind of change to the animation, I'd simply go to a previous step. I would make that change. And in this case here, we're going to say I want to hide out some parts. So we'll select on these base components and maybe some of our hardware. And we want to actually remove those from our animation. Now they have been included in all of my previous steps that I showed you. So if I go ahead and hide those, you should notice in all of my steps after the fact that they are going to be hidden. We cannot see them. So I've easily updated the animation. All right, perfect. That's exactly what I want.